Kai part 1 of season 6 has dropped, and that day, July 18th, was a national holiday for me. Everyone that knows me knows that I was so excited for this. I was counting down the days. I was telling time by using it, like, oh, that's 2 days from Cobra Kai. That's 3 days before Cobra Kai. I finished work early that day. I sat down and watched all 5 episodes of part 1. And it was so fun. I can't wait to see part 2, and it's dropping early. I thought it was gonna be Thanksgiving. I was fully prepared to make Thanksgiving Cobra Kai Day, but now it's coming early, which is nice. And then the next part is next year, and that'll be the last, but we don't talk about it. We don't talk about that or Bruno. I've already lost High School Musical, the musical, the series. My heart, I can't lose this too, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Before I dive into my season 6 thoughts, they're all a little bit random, but I think it'll be a fun discussion. And by discussion, I mean me talking and you leaving comments. But that counts. I want to revisit the tag that I've done a few times just to see if my answers have changed at all. I'm not sure if they have or not. Let's see. Oh, and there will be spoilers all over this video, so just leave if you haven't seen the first 5 episodes of season 6, the part 1 drop. Are you more Cobra Kai or Miyagi-Do? I've always said Miyagi-Do and I'm sticking to it. Favorite character? My favorite character, I think, has always been Demetri. I'm like 99% sure, and it still is. Character you're most like? Ooh, okay. Okay, I don't know why for a second I was like deep in thought about it. It's Demetri. That's why he's my favorite, because he makes me feel seen as a nerd with limited physical capabilities. Although he has come such a long way. He has worked so hard, so I don't want to like take credit away from him. But yes, Demetri. I don't know why that stumped me for 30 seconds. Character you'd most want to be friends with? I think Demetri? No, okay, let's pick someone other than Demetri. Miguel, I think Miguel's very thoughtful and very sweet, in general, mostly. I feel like he would be a good friend. Character you'd like to see more of in the rest of season 6, I think Miguel. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later, but I felt like we didn't see as much Miguel as maybe we have in the past. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. I know that last season I complained about not seeing enough Hawk and Demetri, and I kind of feel like we're on a good path with that, so I feel like that's better. But more Miguel, I think, would be nice. Character you would most like to karate kick in the head? I mean, probably Kreese. I mean, Silver for sure, but I would die. So, would it be worth it? Probably not. Kreese I feel like I could kick and run away from. Like, he's got skills, he's still good at karate, but can he run? Can he catch me running? I don't know. I could do a zigzag like you're supposed to do for alligators. He would never get me. Favorite quote? Oh, that's so hard. I still like the classic, send it to the internet. But one I've been quoting a lot recently is from last season? Yeah, I think. And it's when Johnny says, look, I don't know who Pandora is or what's in her box. I don't know why I think that's really funny, but there's so many. I feel like they're mostly Johnny lines. Favorite season? Oh, that's so hard. I guess whatever season we're on, because it's too hard to pick just one. So, season 6. Actor you would most like to meet from the cast. Okay, so I've met Sholo, I've met Billy, I've met Marty, I've met Jacob, kinda, sorta. I've met Peyton. So I think I'm going to say definitely Gianni, definitely Ralph, and definitely Mary, and definitely Tanner. But I'd be welcome to meet anybody from the cast. I mean, Una seems really nice and friendly, Griffin seems cool, Dallas seems really cool, Khalil seems super cool, so fashionable, by the way, on the red carpet. I just think, I don't know, everybody's so cool. I want to meet anyone. Oh, Yuji. Yuji's great. I would love to go to Yuji's restaurant. Honestly, any and all. And I would love to meet the people I've met a second time. Okay, first and foremost, honestly, I can't start with anything else. I have to say Peyton List was phenomenal in these 5 episodes, especially in episode 5. I was blown away. Her performance felt so realistic and so raw. I don't know, I felt like it did not feel like acting. I am so proud of Peyton. I think she deserves an award. Honestly, I'm deeply serious. I don't know what category they would be in. Is it an Emmy that she would win? Whatever it is, I want her to get recognized for this. She knows Tori. She has lived as Tori for 6 seasons. Well, 5 seasons. I keep forgetting she's not there in season 1. She might as well have been. I can't remember time without her. And I just think the scene after she was fighting Sam on the sparring deck was just so believable that I like forgot I was watching a show. I forgot that she was acting. I can't praise her enough. Peyton List, there's no way you're watching this, but if you were, I just want you to know I'm so proud of you and you were incredible. Something I noticed right away from the first shot of Tori this season, going back now, we're rewinding. from the first shot of Tory this season is that she's just visibly softer in the way that she dresses, in the way that she's doing her hair, I think maybe even her makeup, and she's just like calmer overall and softer. And I thought that was kind of cool to see. We never really see Tory having like a soft, safe feeling to her. I don't know, I liked that. Like when Robby comes up to her with the welcome book thingy after she gets welcomed back to high school and they kiss, she just seems so happy, and I really liked that for her. I have just random notes of my thoughts, and I wrote Miguel and Sam not reading the room twice. I can't remember both instances off the top of my head, but the one that comes to mind is when they were talking about college in front of Tory. Miguel dated Tory. He knows like she's not super rich. I mean, he's not. When he said Stanford, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't know that you can afford that. I hope you get a scholarship or financial aid because you deserve it, and I want it for you. But when they were talking about it in front of Tory, and Sam was like, oh, there's just so many options. Like, it's tough to decide. I was like, girl, no. And I have been hard on Sam in the past for just saying things that are just not what I would say or what I think someone should say. I adore Mary Mauser. I have to say this every Cobra Kai video I do because I feel like I'm so hard on Sam and it makes me feel bad because I love Mary so much, and I feel like Mary and I would be friends in real life. We have so much in common, and she does such a beautiful job with Sam. Sometimes I think the writers give Sam lines where I'm like, what are you doing? But Miguel's the one who brought up the college, and he was in the wrong here too, so I'm gonna call him out. Just read the room. Just read it. It takes 2 seconds. The slumber party was so cute. It was so funny that Johnny was there. And I know that Mary or someone mentioned, and Jacob maybe, that Billy has some weird past encounter with Ouija boards, so I'm sure he wasn't the biggest fan of having to do that for this. I kept face palming at Johnny. Is it a Cobra Kai season if I'm not? But it's so fun and so random just to see him like doing the stuff that he does, especially at the slumber party. But it was so cute to see Sam and Tory and their reconciliation, their apologies to each other. That caught me off guard. I thought we were fully gonna have them fighting again. And then they said sorry, and it was such a beautiful moment. I almost cried. And in that moment, I think Sam showed a lot of growth, and I think she was fantastic. I just think their conversation out there when they were waiting for their Ubers was so nice. It was beautiful. And like when they were pillow fighting and Tory looked so happy, I don't know, we just haven't seen this from Tory, and I think it's new for her to have friends and feel secure and safe and cared for and supported, and I think that's so great. Oh my gosh, on a similar note, at the very beginning when we had that happy montage of Peace in the Valley, which was so nice, my favorite part was Miguel's grandmother like making lunches for Robby and Miguel. Like, and then she like touches Robby's face just like very gently and so caringly. It was just such a sweet moment to see Robby have a family, and it made my heart so happy. I'm just, every time I think about it, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. It was so beautiful. It was such a little moment. It was so good. Okay. Like I mentioned before, I felt like there was not a lot of Miguel in this first 5-episode drop. I mean, he was there and he had his moments, but I feel like when this started, it was like the Miguel show. I mean, we had Johnny and Daniel and then Miguel, right? Am I the only one that feels that way? And I listen to every press interview that comes out. I'm also a day one listener of the Lone Lobos podcast that Sholo and Jacob do. And so I hear like all the behind the scenes things that they bring up. I've heard a ton from the cast. I don't remember where Mary said this. It must have been in a press interview. Or maybe it was in her sit down with Ralph, the like bonsai thing they did last season? A while ago? The bonsai chat thingy? Anyway, it's not really important where I heard it. She said something about when she started, her character description was kind of girlfriend of the next Karate Kid. Meaning Miguel. So I feel like if this whole thing was supposed to be him becoming the next Karate Kid, he's kind of got a sideline. And I know that Ben is the next Karate Kid, and I'm so excited about that because I loved American Born Chinese and he was phenomenal in that. But I feel like if this show was supposed to center Miguel as the next Karate Kid, then I'm kind of mad. But guys, why is he not in this season as much as he has been in the past? Anyway, I hope we see more Miguel. I'm okay, I promise. I'm not super angry. Something else I feel like we didn't see enough of, and we saw glimpses of, which were great, is Tory and Robby's relationship. I feel like we just get little bite-sized clips of them. Last season, this season, we never fully, like, I would love to see them go on a date. I know we had the, like, double date thing, but that was kind of weird. That was a terrible idea. Boys, what are you doing? But I feel like I would just honestly, like, I don't care if it's boring or if it doesn't serve the story. I would love to just see them hanging out. I don't know. I feel like we don't get to see enough of them, and I feel like Robby's like, we see like this caring side of him with Tory, but then I take issue with him not going after her after she left the dojo in episode 5. I know she was really heated. He was probably scared that she would beat him up because she can and she will, but I just feel like he could have stepped up more. There were just moments where I was like, Robby, you're not being a good boyfriend. But I'm sure he has his reasons. I don't know. I would just like to see more of them as a couple. We're so familiar with Sam and Miguel. I just think that Tory and Robby deserve their time in the couple limelight too. And now of course they're separated, which makes this really hard. So that's great. Tory always pushes away when people try to help. We've seen it in the past with Amanda, and it just breaks my heart every single time. I don't know like what that is in her that can't accept support and help at the times that she needs it most. But I wanted Robby to go after her so badly. When Miguel and Robby were fighting, I honestly didn't know who I wanted to win, and I think that is such a testament to the power of this show and the way they make you care about and root for everybody. It was so stressful. I thought that they forgave Kyler a little bit fast. And I mean, Tyler is still calling him by the nickname that he called him in season 1, him being Miguel. I don't really want to say it, but you know what I mean. I think we were a little quick to forgive him, but I have to say that that fight at the frat party was so cool. The musicality of it was so fantastic. I've always been told like I have really good musicality, especially when I'm editing videos, and so shout out to the editors for that because that was so epic. And what is his name? Brox? I should know. Whatever his name was. I also felt like they forgave him a little too easily. I know Hawk severely injured him, and he should apologize for that, absolutely. But I also think like, did we ever see Brox apologize to him? Did we ever see Kyler apologize? I just feel like Eli / Hawk, Demetri, and Miguel, I was gonna say Sholo, and Miguel have reasons to just not like him and not be super friendly with him, but the fight was really cool, so worth it, I guess. Did anybody notice Demetri's hair at the very end when they arrive in Spain at the Sekai Taikai? Which I feel like I know how to say in my head from watching every single press interview and watching the podcast, but I feel like when I say it, it doesn't sound exactly how I hear it in my head. Anyway, Demetri's hair looked different. That's all I'm saying. I feel like he's entering his villain era, and I feel like Yasmin's super random appearance and talk with him has set him on a dark path, and that's hard for me. But I'm open and I'm excited to see where things go. I just hope that him and Hawk can have their binary brotherhood again and go off to MIT, because what the heck, Hawk? I'm sorry. If he was interested in other schools, that's fine. We should all explore options. But why didn't he apply for MIT and look at other things? Why was it an either or? Why wasn't it an and? Just remembering you've had an and when you're back to or makes the or mean more. That didn't work. All I'm saying is that he should have applied, and I'm with Demetri on this, even though he is like kind of bringing it up a lot. But maybe he has the right. I guess I should talk about Hawk's Mohawk. Personally, I don't like it. I was like, they should pin him down and shave it again. I'm sorry. Respectfully. To each their own. I don't know. Some people probably love it, and that's totally cool. But I was listening to the creators, Josh, John, and Hayden, talk about the Mohawk, and about how it kind of symbolized him thinking that he was a foregone conclusion to compete. And then when he loses and doesn't get the flag, it's like, I got this whole thing for nothing. And it's like even more devastating. But when I was watching, I wasn't thinking about the Mohawk at all when he lost. I was just like upset that he lost, you know? Like I wasn't thinking about the symbolism or that he had gotten it for nothing. I feel like that's a little deep, but maybe somebody out there read into it that far. I just know I didn't. They also said something about it's supposed to be like the tacky Americans coming to the worldwide competition, like Johnny acting how he does, and then the Mohawk, like it's just supposed to be like a thing. Which that's kind of funny, I'll give him that. Oh my god, I hope Kenny's okay, like emotionally. That, I gotta be so honest with you, I didn't like that at all. Like the conversation with Mitch about the laxatives that he had with like Anthony or something, I thought that was just like a one-off thing. I didn't think much of it. But then when they did that to Kenny, I hated that. I'm sure little kids that watch the show and love Hawk, because little kids love Hawk, I'm sure that when they watch it, they'll think like the farting noises and stuff were funny. But to me, I just felt so awful for Kenny, and he deserves so much better. And I also just think like it wasn't necessary, especially like the sound effects and the focus on it. I don't know. Personally, I thought that was a little like, I don't know what the word is, like cheap. But this poor kid, like that is, I just feel so bad for him. I hope people don't make fun of him. Thank God Kyler wasn't there, because he'd be giving a nickname, probably the same one he calls Miguel. I just feel so awful for him. I feel so awful that he didn't get a chance to go to the Sekai Taikai. I just feel awful, and I want happiness for Kenny by the end of this season, please. And although I am extremely mad at Devon for that, that was so mean, so wrong, so cheap, so awful, I could go on and on. I have to say that Una was such a standout in this for her fighting skills. I know that she's mentioned like she was at a karate camp sleeping on the mats, like she is super dedicated. She trains outside of this, as do most of them. Mary does. You know what I'm saying. I just thought that she was showing such skill, and I think it's really cool to see how much that she's grown throughout the seasons as a character and as an actor. So shout out to Una, you did great. I'm sorry that I'm so mad at your character. It's not personal, it's not. I kept calling Anthony a Nepo baby, and he didn't end up getting picked to be on the Sekai Taikai team, so it's fine. But for a minute, I thought he was gonna be a karate Nepo baby, and I was mad about it. I liked that they mentioned Aisha. I feel so deeply bad for Nichole, because she's had to watch this show take off without her, and they did bring her back for one episode, but I feel like that's not really enough. If I were her, I would feel absolutely terrible. But I guess at least they did mention her. At least she still exists in the universe somewhere out there. Not me writing not enough Miguel twice on my list. Tell me how you really feel. The new logo, the Mr. Miyagi-Do thing, that was not it. The Mr. Miyagi-Do. Not sure what I just said, but the one with Mr. Miyagi, that was not it. Daniel was right, not it. But I adore the new logo with the Miyagi-Do classic logo that has the eagle above it. It's perfect. I also gotta be honest, I didn't mind Mitch's half and half slashed through the middle combined logo. I thought that was a good option. At first I thought they should go with that. I was like, he already printed t-shirts. It's done. But the Miyagi-Do logo with the eagle, so good. I need a t-shirt of that. A question that I have is, where on earth is Chozen? Did he go to Okinawa? The last time we saw him, he was looking at flights on his phone, but they never followed up on it. Where is he? I find it extremely hard to believe that he isn't in Spain at the Sekai Taikai. I feel like he wouldn't want to miss that, so I'm assuming he went back to Okinawa. I hope it went well for him, and I hope he comes back. I mean, obviously, in these 10 episodes, he will come back, but I just feel like that was a little bit weird that we just left him and never followed up. I was a little bit confused, just a little bit, about Sensei Kim and her whole MO. Like, doesn't she want ruthlessness and no mercy? I felt like at times she was like questioning things, like when Quan fought after Kreese lit his fire. I don't know, she seemed like she was like upset about it, and I was like, isn't this what you want? Don't you want violence? Isn't that your whole thing? So I just found a lot of Sensei Kim's stuff very confusing, and I'm still confused about it, and I don't even know what to say because I'm that confused. I can't be the only one thinking this. I think Terry has to come back somehow. I have no clue how that is going to happen, but I feel like by the end of the show we will see Terry again. Do I want to? Well, like, as a fan, maybe. In terms of the story, probably not, but you know, like, it might be nice to see him again. Not that he's nice, not that I like him, but like, you know, closure or something, I don't know. Immediately after Tori's mom's death, like the second that happened, I had this thought, and I was like, is this way too dark for me to even be thinking or saying? But the more I think about it, the more I think it's true, and it is very dark. But I also think the show has had some dark, I mean, yeah, it's had some dark moments before. Miguel fell and was almost dead. I don't know, I mean, we've had our moments, but this, like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I think Kreese killed Tori's mom, or at least caused her to die. Like, if she had the pulmonary embolism, like, did he yell at her so much that she had a heart attack? Like, I just feel like this is sus. Her fist Like, I don't know, that's really sus. I feel like it's his calling card, like he's like leaving a little signal there. I don't know why, just because he's like really twisted. But I don't know. I'm not saying I'm 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure, and that's extremely dark, and I don't know where we're going from here. But I just feel like it's too convenient for him to have shown up and been like, Tory, come with me, and then her mother to have been told, like, Tory was told she was doing better, and then for her to just, I feel like it's suspicious. You let me know in the comments, is this way too dark, or am I onto something? I feel like I have to mention the Miyagi box of it all. I am still confused about that. I went into the season being really fearful of what the heck was in the box. Now that we know what was in the box, I feel like I'm still wondering what the heck is in the box. What does it mean? And I know we're gonna have to probably wait until the very end to have a resolution on this, and maybe there is no resolution, and maybe that's the lesson, that you don't always get the answers you need, and that people are complex and they have histories and pasts and motives and all that. But I just kind of need to know for my own sanity, my own peace of mind. So those are my thoughts on Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1, the first 5 episodes. I truly cannot wait to see what is next. I'm so hyped. I really enjoyed these first 5 episodes. I need to watch them again. I've only seen them once. And I just can't wait. I love this cast so much. I love the crew so much. I mean, I just love everybody, the creators, everyone involved to make such a beautiful thing. It holds such a special place in my heart, and I'm so grateful for everything. Anyway, it's not ending yet. We're fine. And I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye!